affects anybody else. But somebody connected to you already affected, and you may not even know it. Y'all know about generational curses, and Jesus, God saying that I'll visit the iniquity upon your people to the third and the fourth generation. You say generational curses? That's your sin affecting the next generation. We have to be very careful even now on this side of the cross where we save, because see, what I do gonna affect somebody somewhere. And it always will, and it always has. So we can't just say, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. And I'm just going to, I can drink if I want to. And I can do it. Yeah, okay. But what is God saying about all this? Have you even consulted him? Because see, it's not about your want to and you in the kingdom. My God. Later we see that God spared Jerusalem from destruction, a true picture of the mercy of God that David spoke about. We see that God spoke to the angel that was destroying the people and told the angel that it was enough and commanded the angel to stay his hand. That same angel stood by the threshing floor that David wanted to go purchase. It was a reminder that the death angel was still right there. Had not been for God, who was on our side, intervening on our behalf when the devil was going to kill us. Our sin cost us something. It's going to cost us something. It's a price to pay. David is still talking to God. All through this particular passage, we see that David is still talking to God. He's talking to the Lord. David spoke to the Lord in verse 17 when he saw the angel who was striking the people and said, surely I have sinned. He's still talking to the Lord about his sin. A man after God's heart will keep on talking. Come on, somebody. Keep on talking to God about my condition, because it's affecting people. We can't be complacent in sin and then think it's okay and God is all right with it. And so David goes on and says, I have sinned and I have done wickedly. He says, but these sheep, I got the New King James Version. I like how he put that. But these sheep, I'm the one saying, but these sheep, what have they done? What have they done? Let your hand, I pray, be against me and against my father's house, Lord. These people dying innocently because of my sin. I don't want them to die. They've not done it. I've done it. My God, shit, I like this part, because in the midst of all this slaying of the people, David is still talking to God. People getting hurt, people are dying, but David is still talking to God. He's got this relationship. This is a real relationship. David says to God, surely I sinned. I've done wickedly, but these sheep done nothing. Look at the heart of David. He was so concerned about the people. He not only having a loving relationship with his God, but also with God's people. That's selfish to not think that what I do affect you all. I got a relationship with God that connects me to his people. The same love I experience with God is the same love I got to have for you all, and be concerned about all of you. A real relationship with God would never negate the people. You have people in the church that act like they have nothing to do with nobody else and they're disconnected. But God never set the church up that way. We're fitly joined together, that each joint will supply one another. So why would I act like I'm do my own thing and y'all don't worry about me? Or you do your own thing and say don't worry about the pastor. The devil is a liar. I said we are fitly joined together. Amen. We are one body in Jesus Christ. Is that right? Amen. So what we both do, or all of us do, affect one another. And so we go on in my conclusion here. He wants God's hand to be against him and his father's house. And I'm paraphrasing, but please, Lord, not these innocent people. What a type of Christ to sacrifice himself so the people don't have to suffer or die. Jesus said, I'll go to the cross. I know they all hell bound, but I want to do this myself, and I want to pay the price. I'll go as the Redeemer. So God clothes himself in flesh so that he can do it for us. Oh, shit, Messiah. Because he knew that we all deserved it. What a type of Christ. David was. I'll do it. Let your hand be on me and my father's house. Not these people. Not these people. So God hears the cries of his servant. He sends the prophet back to David. He instructs David, this is a good place to shout, because the same God that rendered judgment now is rendering mercy. He's bringing in mercy. Come on, somebody. The two has always been married together. Judgment, mercy, justice, mercy. It was David who later writes about his God in Psalm 23:6. He says, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The prophet tells David to build on an altar on the threshing floor. Come on now. Hallelujah. This is a time for God is saying, I need a sacrifice, David. I need a sacrifice from you. Y'all know about sacrifice. That's why I was talking about earlier. Sacrifice. We owe God something. Because God requires something from us. We need to know what that is. For this sin, it requires sacrifice. The Bible says, for without the shedding of blood, there'll be no remission for sin. Hebrews 9:22. God was saying to David, you build an altar and offer a sacrifice, and I'll cancel the debt. I'll cancel the charge, and I'll cancel the penalty. I'll keep the angel back from destroying the people. In other words,